All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to tackle a subject that, let's be honest, might have made some of us a little nervous back in school: algebra. But I want you to forget about all that. We're about to show you how that mysterious letter X is actually a super practical tool you can use like every single day.
I mean, really think about that for a second. What if X wasn't just some abstract thing on a chalkboard, but it was actually the key to figuring out your budget? The exact same skill you need to know how much more you got to save for that thing you really want. Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into today.
So, first things first, let's reframe this whole thing. Algebra isn't some impossible problem. It's really just a series of interesting little puzzles. And every great puzzle always has one missing piece.
In algebra, we call that missing piece a variable. It's just a placeholder, a symbol, usually our good old friend X, that stands in for the number we don't know yet. It's the part of the story we just need to figure out.
You know that amazing feeling when you're doing a jigsaw puzzle and you find that one last piece? You snap it into place and bam, the whole picture just makes sense. That is exactly what solving for X feels like. You're just completing the picture.
Okay, so how do we actually find that missing piece? Well, it all comes down to one simple but incredibly powerful idea. I like to call it the balancing act. Seriously, this is the one and only rule you really need to remember.
This just makes so much sense, right? We've all seen a seesaw. If you add weight to one side, you have to add the same weight to the other to keep it level. If someone hops off, it all gets thrown off balance. That's it. That is the golden rule of algebra. Whatever you do to one side of an equation, you absolutely have to do the exact same thing to the other side. Simple.
So let's put our balancing act to the test with a real-world puzzle. Let's say you want to buy a book that costs $15. You've already got $7 saved up. The question is, what's that missing piece? What's our X? Let's walk through this step by step. First, we turn our puzzle into an equation. What we have, $7, plus what we need, our X, equals our goal, which is $15. Now, to find out what X is, we need to get it all by itself on one side. So, we subtract 7 from the left side. But wait, remember the seesaw. To keep things balanced, we have to do the same thing to the other side. So we subtract 7 from 15. And just like that, the puzzle is solved. Our missing piece, X, is 8.
And right here, this is the aha moment. Yeah, we just solved a simple algebra problem, but what did we actually just do? We solved a personal finance problem.
I mean, just look at this side by side. On the left, you've got the formal algebra puzzle. On the right, you have the real question you'd actually ask yourself. They sound different, but they are the exact same puzzle. The logic is completely identical. This right here is the bridge from the classroom straight to your wall.
And there's our answer, $8. See? We didn't just find X, we found a real, tangible number that helps you plan your spending and actually reach your goals.
This is the key takeaway for sure. That super simple visual idea of keeping a seesaw level, that is the exact same scale you need to balance your budget, figure out your savings, and plan for the future. It's all about keeping things in balance.
So what you've just done is way more than just solve one little puzzle. You've actually unlocked a practical skill.
It's kind of like an everyday math superpower.
And this one skill is so important for so many things. When you're trying to budget for a vacation, you're solving for X, the money you still need to save. When you're at a store trying to figure out how much a 20% discount will actually save you, you're finding X. It's the same balancing act that helps you plan, spend smarter, and make better financial choices every single day.
So yeah, take a moment and let that sink in. You just took an idea that might have seemed totally abstract and maybe even a little pointless in school, and you turned it into a real, powerful tool for managing your own money. You've literally empowered yourself.
And that really brings us to the end. The next time you're facing a money question, how much more do I need? How much is left over? Just remember the seesaw. Remember X. And now you know exactly how to figure it out. So the only question left is, what real-world puzzle are you going to solve next?